Good morning. Morning, lad. Morning, Evan. Frank is come to blow. I'm Patch and Ash. Welcome back to the Our House Farms. No Frank this morning. Don't get to go for Frank anymore now since I'm living at the yard. Time to feed the horses. Guess who doesn't trust me to feed them the right amount? Horses fed, tack out. Use this dog check. Hi Pip. There we go. Feed these cattle now. The boys are KO'd. Sorry for waking you lads. On girls. Boys. Boys. I much prefer my loader than a pike. Getting on with feeding some cattle now. Bringing the water around to the feeder. And yes, we'll be at lifting it. Horses ridden. Steam rising off everyone. The day has come. We're going grazing the forage right. I think it's probably no panic, but I'm a little bit tight in grass for woods for a few days, so I just said look, I get a graze. Fencing away here. Do you ever hear the saying, necessity is the mother of all invention? Grass by, for efficiency at its finest. What do you think of that stuff, lad? There's going to be about 30 bulls here, and it's 10 acres, 4 hectares. I reckon there's in or about 1,000 kilos of dry matter to the hectare, but to tell you the truth, I've no idea because I don't know the dry matter of it. But that being said, there may be a 65% utilisation. They should get in or about a week here. We're not going to graze it tight, so we'll see. But your man isn't too impressed by it, He's eating the rank grass instead of it. So is this fella. Here comes Fang with the second load. We'll swing around in the field and leave them out. Come on, boys. I better go and try and finish this fertilizer. I'm a week at it and I've very little of it done. There was a sensor on one of the actuators on the shuttles on the back went last night, so Dad went in and picked that up this morning, so I must put that on it now and go spreading. Still have well over a full day's spreading to do, but anyway, we'll get there. Can't even see them in there, like little dots. So look, obviously putting up the infrastructure for grazing is the biggest job of this, but took myself and Fong maybe an hour and a half to fence it. Now there is only 3 sides here because that side there is grass. This is on the home farm, so we didn't have the water truck here, but that pipe is just out the other side of the ditch because we've grazed all these fields in the past. And yeah, I've often went through should I fence the perimeter of all the arable fields, especially now that we're not ploughing. you know, when you're ploughing, you sort of need a wheel to be able to get into the ditch. But I'm yet to come up with a good sort of system that would work, be it like barbed wire or one row of electric fence or with steel posts or what. Any suggestions, put them in the comments below. I greatly appreciate it. Plenty of fucking groundsel in there. It's all groundsel, all that white stuff. Needless to say, like, if you have a forage crop and you want to graze it, this is the weather to do it. Like, the ground is rock solid. It's ideal. So boys, what do you think of your new forage rye? Do you love it? No? If you put your head down and do a bit of eating now and stop walking around the place, to be great. Hello. On the rub, lad. This was actually our first field sown, and it's nearly one of our worst fields. I think the reason is that it was cultivated and sown straight away, and there was dung put out in it. It was cultivated and it was sown straight away, whereas the other fields had a little bit of time. One field got dung and was cultivated about a week after, and all the volunteers were after germinating. When I cultivated, then I took them out, but all the volunteers came here. But I'd imagine them volunteers will die away now once they're grazed. So, and the rice should power on, hopefully. So I did a Nuffield, and the topic was the benefits of integrated dairy beef production and crop production. And basically this is the essence of what it was about. We saw this like in Brazil and where else do we see it? Australia, not in Europe, but there's always a first. So maybe there might be some fella doing a study in the future might come to me and say, hey, what's the story, lad? What should you do? And I'd say, to be honest, I don't really know. I'm only figuring it out myself. But that's what Nuffield is about, learning and seeing things all around the world and bringing them back to Ireland and make them fit into your context, or adapting them to suit Irish agriculture. So yeah, it isn't only in the plains of Brazil that they can grow 2 crops into 1 year. Like, I suppose I should explain what a Nuffield is. A Nuffield is a Nuffield scholarship. Basically, you get a bursary to travel the world to study a topic of your choice, and you write basically a thesis on it in the end. So there's a lot of competition for it. There's like it's a global program, but there's about 4 people, between 4 and 6 people from Ireland get it every year, and yeah, so you do like, is it 8 weeks of travel by yourself, and then the first 10 days, which is sort of the induction, was in the UK. That's like, there was about 100 of us at that, people from all over the world. And then we gave 5 weeks travelling around the world. There was, I think, was it 11 of us? There was 3 from Ireland, myself, Brian Daniels, some of you may know, and David Fenley. Dahi Fenley could possibly be the president of Ireland in the future, so we reckon, I don't know. And a girl from Zimbabwe, 2 Americans, an Australian and 2 Dutch. And we get 5 weeks travelling around the world together, looking at everything agricultural. So this is the sensor that's after giving up on this Amazon spreader, and it goes around there. I have that half off up through there, out the front, and up into this pile of stuff here. So there's a whole load of wires here, but I think this is the one I wanted. I have it disconnected anyway, and I don't know, they give her an old pull. This is the one. This will be the extent of my expertise now when it comes to electrics. I know nothing about them, and I want to know less about them. The only electricity I want to know about is the one in my house, once it stays going. There's this old lad that I never met, that Dad used to talk about, but he actually, he's funny the way things turned out. His Paul is granduncle, But he, when the first electrics came out in combines or something, and he had a combine, and the next one I was after buying a combine, it was all electrics and everything. She was the bee's knees and she was the bell's whistle. And this fellow was cutting away all day, and the boys with the new combine were stopped, and he met him that evening. What's wrong? Oh, some sort of an electric problem. And he said, what's wrong with hydraulics, lad? So anytime it never goes wrong with electrics around here, that's what's always rolled out. What's wrong with hydraulics, lad? I'm thinking of him now today. You wouldn't want to be missing out on any growth, like. I'd say these lads aren't loving this grass. They don't seem very content. And there's plenty of grass here, but it's rusty old grass. We've seen this now the last couple of years. Rust, is it? Like, it's all over the country now again this year. If it was just me, I'd say maybe it's a lack of nitrogen, but I didn't not spread nitrogen because there just wasn't a weather window there. Like, nitrogen wasn't what was stopping, or lack of nitrogen wasn't what was stopping our grass from growing. There was lack of water, so I just didn't see any point in spreading it. And but I don't know. It's definitely varieties too. I've 2 different mixes up in one field. It was reseeded twice last year. Well, once last year, once this year. We left the headlands, and the headlands came fine. And they're one mix, and the middle of the field is another mix. The middle of the field is actually perfect, and there's no rust at all. Actually, you might be able to see it from here. It's actually as good a shot as you'll get. So the big long field and left is the hill, and the one at the very top just to the right of it, if you can see, I know it's a little bit harder, so that's better. Here on the left, where's my finger? That's the big hill. And this one up here on the very top, you can see the middle of it is green out, and around by the ditches is yellow out. The middle field is mine, and the next one down is mine then. So yeah, definitely variety is something to do with it. Forage dry is a good scavenger of nitrogen. That's clearly evident by that field anyway. Forage dry is a cool one now. It may, if it does what it says on the tin, now that's a big if, it may become a very big part of our operation. May. If and may. Hey lads, come on, shift. I'm not here to do anything here on my way. Silly cats. It would fit in very well before meat, or before just one of it, an air newfangled contraption, air conditioning and things. It would fit in very well ahead of meat and maize. And going by what I've seen, you actually don't need to have it in that desperately early. Maybe having it in too early might be the best thing in the world. But look, seed is very expensive. If you don't have slurry, then I don't think that field I let the cattle into today, that only got a bare spray from farmyard manure now, and it's very light, to be honest. These fields down here actually got nothing, but they got nothing, but they didn't yield. The wheat yield was very disappointing here, and we've seen that time and time again with cover crops. You rarely, if ever, have a good cover crop where you got a good yield the time before, because all the nitrogen is gone out of the ground. But yeah, like, I think you need your own, you need access to some sort of organic manures to make them viable, I'd imagine. But look, I don't know, and like, it's not that I don't know, really, no one knows, because no one grows it. So I rang a couple of different people for hints and tips on it, but like, they don't know any more than I do. So. But yeah, look, plan is graze it now. We'll see, ideally graze it again before Christmas. I would think that's probably unlikely, but it would be great if I could. And if not, we cut it for bales, or even if we do graze again before Christmas, whatever the case is, the plan is to cut it for bales next April before May. So that's the plan anyway, but sure, you know yourselves, things rarely go to plan in our house farms. So we'll see. Back in the yard now. Finished up spreading for the evening. This is my third attempt at spreading fertiliser. Well, 3 days I was at it. Saturday, yesterday and today. And I have 70 acres done. Jeez. Output is at an all-time low. But anyway, we'll get it finished now tomorrow. That'll be the end of the fertiliser then for 2025. Let's get the silage pushed in now and kaput for the day. Good evening, girls. Good evening, boys. I hope all your day is going well. This fella had a bit of a sore leg, but he's much better now. Hello, big boys. How's life treating you? These lads get silage pushed in. I better pull back a little bit for hop along Cassidy. Now, keep them happy. These lads, all animals get silage pushed into twice a day and they get fed once a day, so they're fresh feed essentially 3 times a day. I try and get them bullocks weighed now tomorrow if I have time. Probably won't. Fairly busy now for the next few days. Jeez, I must get that fertiliser finished. It's a scandal. So yeah, that's it now for today's video. That's all the work I'm going to do now. So next time to come up and watch me eat my dinner or something. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. We're going schooling horses now again tomorrow. School them every week now until they run, hopefully. Not sure. All going according to plan. And we'll be taking horses away for their first bit of a canter away on Thursday maybe. And I'm going to a good farm walk then on Thursday evening, Peter O'Hanlon in Thomastown. Using the Dairy B500, doing, I'm fairly sure it's mainly Frisian bullocks. We're doing a serious job of them. So I'm looking forward to that now. And yeah, that's it. So I suppose on that note, we leave it there. Thanks very much for watching. Why is your man on the soccer on RTE say? Goodbye for now. See you again tomorrow for more Dorcas Farms. Good luck.